So, this was the continuation of Module 7, yung part 1 natin. So, this is the part 2. Okay? So, kanina, meron na tayong, doon na tayo sa types of driver's license. So, ito na yung pangatlo. Tapos na natin yung dalawa. So, dito na tayo sa pangatlo. We have professional's driver's license. Okay, so professional's driver's license. This license is issued to a driver hired or paid for driving or operating a motor vehicle, whether private use or for hire to the public. Any person driving his own motor vehicle for hire is a professional driver. So, dito naman sa professional driver's license, okay, ini-issue to sa mga driver for hired or paid, okay, na mag-operate or mag-drive ng motor vehicle. Kahit private motor vehicle pa yan or public vehicle. As long as hinire siya, okay, tinatawag siyang professional driver. Applicant for professional driver's license should fulfill the following requirements. First, must be at least 18 years of age. Presentation of either the following document: a student's permit which has been issued in the possession of the applicant for at least 5 months. Next, a non-professional's driver's license that has been in the possession of the applicant for not less than 4 months. A certificate from LTO accredited doctor attesting to the following: that the applicant is physically and mentally sound, has normal, non-impaired vision and hearing, does not have any contagious ailment, and does not have a history of heavy drinking and drug abuse. So, yan yung mga following documents na kailangan para, okay, para ma-issuean ka or makakuha ka ng professional's driver's license. And also, a police, NBI, or prosecutor's clearance certifying that the applicant does not have a criminal record or any case involving the taking of a human life. Next, the applicant must pass a written examination. Next, to pass an actual road test. Next, an application from ADL filled out by the applicant. And also, payment. The professional's driver's license is renewable every 3 years. The color of its logo is red. For dito naman sa the professional's driver's license in renewable every 5 years sa non-prof. Okay, every 5 years kapag magre-renew ka ng non-prof license. Pero kapag ka professional's drivers, every 3 years. So, ayan yung mga following requirements para makakuha ka ng professional's driver's license mo. Next. Next, we have non-professional's driver's license. Okay? Dito naman sa non-professional's driver's license, these kinds of license is issued to owners of privately owned motor vehicles or those that not for hire or paid for driving. The applicant must fulfill the following requirements. So, para makakuha ka naman ng non-prof mo na lisensya, ito naman yung mga requirements mo. First, must be at least 17 years of age. Doon sa professional kasi, must be at least 18 years of age. A student driver's permit that has been issued not less than 1 month from the date of the application. So, kailangan mong ipakita yung driver's permit mo na binigay. A certificate from an LTO accredited doctor attesting that the applicant is physically and mentally sound, has normal vision and hearing, must pass a written examination, same doon sa professional's driver's license, must pass an actual road test, an application form filled out by the applicant, and also the payment. Okay? And the hold of a non-professional driver's license shall be restricted to operate motor vehicles up to 4,500 kilograms gross vehicle weight. Okay? And is also renewable every after 3 years. The color of its logo is green. The non-professional driver's license is renewable every 5 years. Okay? So, natapos na natin ang non-prof. So, next. Ito na, student's permit. Hindi po siya student's driver's license, ha? Student's permit po. Ayan yung papel na binibigay sa inyo. Permit. Lisensya kasi yun yung card. Student's permit. This kind of document is issued to persons who desire to learn how to drive. A student driver cannot operate a vehicle unless accompanied by an instructor who may either be a licensed professional or non-professional driver. So, every time na itong may hawak ng student's driver's permit is gustong mag-drive ng motor vehicle, dapat in-accompany siya ng isang licensed professional or non-professional driver. So, ito naman yung mga kailangan or requirements ng applicant para makakuha siya ng student's driver's permit. First, must be at least 16 years of age, must be physically sound and in good health with no contagious ailments, must be mentally capable, must know how to read and write in his native dialect in Tagalog or English, must apply personally at any LTO and have with him the following documents. So, ito yung mga kailangan niya. Documents of birth, proof that he is 16 years old, either of the following. Joint affidavit by two not related individuals attesting to the age of the applicants. So, pwede siyang kumuha ng affidavit sa mga nasa community nila, pero hindi related sa kanya, na ina-attest na yun talaga yung age niya. SSS identification card, passport, voter's ID. Applicants between 16 to 18, an affidavit of consent signed by the parents or by applicant's legal guardian allowing the application to learn how to drive. So, yung mga applicants between 16 to 18, kailangan ng consent or affidavit consent signed ng parents and legal guardian na inaalaw sila, okay, na mag-apply para maturuan kung paano mag-drive. And also, 2 pieces of 1 by 1 black and white or color photographs of the applicant. Payment of the following. A student permit is valid for up to 12 months or 1 year from the date of issue. So, yun naman. Yan naman yung mga kailangan para makakuha ka ng student's permit. So, next, we have driver's examination. Okay, bago ka makakuha ng mga license and also permit, drivers, kailangan mo munang ipasa ang examination nila. All driver's license applicants must obtain the passing score as follows. Okay? So, dito kasi sa driver's examination, we have the so-called the written examination. So, written examination. Written examination will contain questions concerning proper driving procedures, road and rules and regulation emergency procedures. Number of questions will be as follows. Kapag non-professional's license, 40 questions ang ibibigay. Kapag professional, 60 questions. Examinees will have to pass the written examination with the following mark. Non-professional, 30 out of 40. Kapag professional, 50 out of 60. So, before each examination, a driving skill rate will provide a 30-minute lecture about traffic rules and other driver information as a review for the applicant. So, yan yung sa written examination. Dapat kapag 40 question, dapat 30 yung makukuha nila kapag non-prof. Pero kapag professional, 60 ang ibibigay na questions, dapat 50. Okay? Next, the road test. The actual road test will be undertaken under the auspices of a driving skill rater. The actual road test will have to be scheduled in advance and the applicant will have to provide the vehicle in which the road test will be conducted. So, yung applicant ang magpro-provide ng gagamiting vehicle. The applicant should make sure that the vehicle to be used is in proper working condition and it is currently registered. Syempre, yung kukunin ng applicant na yon na motor vehicle, syempre, okay, in a proper condition naman, hanmat nga day karag-karag nga kunana or kunada ti alaon nga motor vehicle kapag ka magro-road test na. During the road test, the applicant will be rated according to his proficiency on the following aspect. So, ito yung mga kailangang i-rate sa kanya. First, that the applicant is aware of and capable of performing a check on the primary components of the vehicle such as the engine, tires, the battery, lights, windshield wipers, brakes, transmission, and clutch. Okay? Una pa lang, okay? Lalo na kapag mga sasakyan, mga car, kapag aalis ka, dapat chine-check mo muna yung engine mo, yung tire mo, baka flat, yung battery mo, baka hindi na gumagana, yung lights mo. Okay, we have the tail light, the stop light, and the headlight. So, dapat lahat yun gumagana yung tatlo na yun. Windshield wiper mo, dapat gumagana din yung brakes mo. Pinaka-importante yung brakes, transmission, and the clutch. So, yan yung mga kailangan, okay, na aware yung aplikante. Next, proper use and correct positioning of the hands on the steering wheel. Paano ba yung position or yung proper position ng kamay sa steering wheel? Hindi naman pwede na iisa lang yung may hawak ng steering wheel. Hindi naman na pwedeng paganyan ang hawak kung yan yung steering wheel, nandun sa taas yung kamay mo. Okay? So, dapat alam niyo yung proper and correct positioning. Next, proper engine control and use of the gear shift, lever, and foot pedals. Kailangan din yan. Next, proper speed control and observance and practice of road discipline. Next, proper knowledge and interpretation of road signs and markings. Dapat alam mo kung ano yung mga ibig sabihin ng mga nakikita mong road signs and markings. Next, proper training procedure. Paano ba yung tamang pag-turn ng sasakyan? Yung pagliko. Next, proper backing procedure. Ano ba yung tamang pag-atras? And also, ano ba yung tamang pag-park ng sasakyan? The applicant will be credited with a score of 100 points at the start of the road test. Each infraction or unsatisfactory performance will be listed down on a road test score sheet, and the corresponding deductions made at the end of the test. Passing grade will be 70 points, or a total possible deduction of 30 points. So, kapag dapat passing grade mo 70, dapat 30 lang yung matanggal sa'yo, o yung mga infraction or unsatisfactory performance mo na kailangan nilang i-minus or i-deduct. So, next, let's go now to speed limits uniform throughout the Philippines. No provincial, city, or municipal authority shall enact or enforce any ordinance or resolution specifying maximum allowable speed by RA 4136. Next, we have speed limits for cars and motorcycles. Speed limit signs are not always displayed on the roads. However, the following general applies. Expressways, okay, ang speed limit mo dapat 100 kilometers per hour. Kapag national and provincial roads naman, 80 kilometers per hour. Through streets or boulevards naman, clear of traffic, 40 kilometers per hour. Kapag city and municipal roads with light traffic, 30 kilometers per hour. Kapag crowded streets, school zones, roads where drivers must pass stationary vehicles, 20 kilometers per hour. So, yan yung mga speed limits na kailangan mong alamin. Kasi kagaya nga dito, sabi, hindi naman always na naka-display yung mga speed limit signs. So, next, we have the so-called parking. Parking, drivers are prohibited to park in any of the following places. An intersection, on pedestrian crosswalks, within 5 meters of an intersection, within 4 meters of a driveway entrance and fire stations, clinics, and other similar establishments, within 4 meters of fire hydrant, in front of a private driveway, on the roadway side of any legally parked vehicle, at any place where no parking signs have been installed. Okay, so yan yung mga kailangan wag kang mag-park dyan sa mga yan. Illegally parked vehicles may be towed and a fine has to be paid. Towing companies have the right to remove any illegally parked vehicles in their area of jurisdiction. If the owner is present, a parking ticket is given but the vehicle is not towed. For unattended vehicles, the vehicle must be claimed at the impounding area. The owner is also given a parking ticket. So, kapag ka illegally park yung vehicle mo, kailangan nilang i-tow. Okay? So, yung mga towing companies, okay, sila yung may mga right na mang-tow ng sasakyan na yon. Next, we have drink driving. In the Philippines, it is against the law of any person to drive a motor vehicle while under the influence of alcohol or dangerous drugs. The law limits the permitted blood alcohol level to below 0.05%. Okay, yan lang yung nililimit ng law na na-intake mo. 0.5%. A driver caught operating a motor vehicle while under the influence of alcohol or drugs is fined and may be imprisoned depending on the gravity of the situation. When the driver was apprehended, the driver's license is also confiscated and suspended for 12 months for the first conviction and revoked permanently for the second conviction. Drivers with a professional's license lose their license permanently on the first conviction. So, yan. Dapat every time na magdadrive ka, okay, or idadrive mo yung motor vehicle mo, kailangan hindi ka naka-intake ng any alcohol. Okay? Alak or drugs. So, yan yung tinatawag nating drink driving. Next, we have lateral placement. Lateral placement means the proper positioning of the motor vehicle while traversing on a traffic way or park in the Philippines unless a different course of action is required in the interest of the safety and the security of life of person or property or because of unreasonable difficulty of operation in compliance herewith. Every person operating motor vehicle or an animal draw vehicle on a highway to another. Every motor vehicle shall be conducted to the right of the center of the intersection of the highway. On the other hand, motor vehicles should be parked only on designated areas and so properly parked without encroaching the parking stall or space of another vehicle. So, dapat yung motor vehicle mo is in proper positioning kapag nagpa-park ka or kapag nagtatraversing ka on a traffic way here in the Philippines. Yun yung tinatawag nating lateral placement. Next, rules on right of way. So first, in case of two vehicles approaching or entering an intersection at the same time, the driver of the vehicle on the left shall yield the right of way. However, the driver of any vehicle traveling at an lawful speed forfeit this right. So, yung nasa left, kapag kapareho kayo na mag-enter sa intersection at the same time, yung left side ang mag-yield doon sa right of way. Next, in case of vehicle approaching but has not yet entered the intersection, its driver shall yield the right of way to vehicles already within such intersection or turning therein to the left across the line of travel of the first mentioned vehicle. So, for example, dalawa ulit kayo na papasok sa intersection, pero ikaw hindi ka pa nakapasok sa intersection. Yung isa, nakapasok na. So, ikaw nang mag-stop para tuloy-tuloy na yung isa. Next, in case of a vehicle on a highway within a business or residential district, its driver shall yield the right of way to pedestrians crossing the highway within a crosswalk, except at intersections where traffic is regulated by a peace officer or a traffic signal. If there is no crosswalk, pedestrians shall yield the right of way to vehicles on the highways. So, kapag ka business or residential district naman, okay, the driver shall yield the right of way to pedestrians crossing the highway within a crosswalk. So, siya na din yung mag-yield or mag-stop para makatawid yung mga tao. In case of vehicle traversing a true highway, its driver should bring it to a full stop before crossing. However, if it is clear and no hazard exists, the vehicle may slow down to 5 miles per hour instead of a full stop. Okay, kapag yung vehicle mo is magtra-traverse through highway, okay, it should be bring to a full stop before crossing. Okay, dapat magsa-stop ka muna bago mo i-cross yung highway na yon. Okay? Para wala kang masagasaan. Pero, kapag nakita mo naman na clear and no hazard exists, okay, vehicle may slow down to 5 meters or 5 miles per hour instead of full stop. Exemptions to the right-of-way rule. Right-of-way rules do not apply in the case if a vehicle entering from a private road or drive. The right-of-way is in favor of all vehicles utilizing the highway. So, ito naman yung exemptions to the right-of-way. Next, the driver of vehicle entering a through highway or a stop intersection shall yield the right-of-way to all vehicles approaching in either direction on such through or thoroughway or thorough highway. So, yun. Kapag yung vehicle na yon is i-enter siya sa thorough highway, kailangan, or a stop intersection, shall yield the right of way to all vehicles approaching. Okay? Kailangan na niyang mag-stop kasi nga maraming vehicles ang mag-approach doon sa intersection na yon, or marami ng vehicles ang nakapasok doon sa intersection na yon. Next, starting, stopping, or turning rules. The driver of any motor vehicle on a highway before starting, stopping, or turning from a direct line shall first see that such movement can be made safely. And if any pedestrian is affected by such movement, he shall give a clearly audible signal by sounding the vehicle horn. When other motorists are affected, whenever the operation of any other approaching or following may be affected by such movement, the driver making the movement shall give a signal to the other drivers of his intention to make such movement. Hand signal. The required signal shall give by means of extending the hand or arm beyond the left side of the vehicle or by an approved mechanical or electrical signal device. So, pwede kang gumamit ng hand signal kapag hindi gumagana yung electrical signal device mo. By extending your hand or arm beyond the left side. So, yan yung starting, stopping, or turning rules. 'Di ba? Kapag magta-turn ka, karaniwang ginagamit is yung hand or arm para mag-signal na liliko ka doon sa right or left na yon. Next, making a right turn, normal procedure. The following are the rules to be observed in making a correct turning to the right from a 4-lane street to a 4-lane street. First, signal your intention to turn right with your turning signal light or a hand signal at least 100 feet before you intend to make your turn. Stay on the right lane of the road. Never make a right turn from the left lane. At an intersection with a red traffic light, make a right turn only after coming to a full stop to make sure that no vehicle is coming from the left. If there is a sign prohibiting a right turn unless the light is green, do not turn right while the red light is on. So, ito yung kapag ka magra-right turn ka, ito yung normal procedure na ginagawa for making a right turn. Pero, meron din tayong making a left turn normal procedure. Same lang sila. Ang pinagkaiba lang is yung left turn. Motor vehicles intending to turn left from a 4-lane street to 4-lane street should be observed the following procedures. Una, dapat mag-signal ka na at least 100 feet before you intend to make turn. Stay on the left. Never make a left turn from the right lane. At an intersection with a traffic light vehicle going straight, have the right of way. Wait for them to pass first before you turn left. At an intersection with a traffic light, make a left turn only when the green light is on or when there is a left turn light. So, yun ang left turn naman sa normal procedure. Next, making a U-turn on a 2-lane road, normal procedure. Following is the recommended procedure in making a U-turn on 2-lane road. So, eto naman yung mga procedure in making a 2-lane road. First, make a right turn, signal at least 100 feet before you start moving to the right side of the road. Stay as close to the right side as possible. Come to a complete stop if necessary. Check behind you for traffic. Also check for oncoming traffic on the other lane. Once all traffic has passed you, initiate U-turn. See to it that you can make it in one sweep. Yung isang likuan. Kapag mag-U-turn ka, hindi pwedeng liliko ka into sweep. Dapat one sweep lang. If you have a long vehicle, look for an intersection of a wide section of the road to make a U-turn. At this point, you should be making the U-turn if you know the turning radius of your vehicle. Do not move immediately to the middle of the road. Kept to the right side until you have increased your speed sufficiently to move to the middle of the lane. So, yan naman, kapag mag-U-turn ka, ito naman ang normal procedure na yon. Next, making a U-turn on a 4-lane highway. Normal procedure. First, following is the correct procedure. So, una, check for traffic behind you and indicate your intentions with the left turn signal. If no fast vehicle, stay on the left lane. Clear the other side for oncoming traffic and initiate your turn as soon as it is clear. Do not come to a complete stop. Straighten out on the right lane and begin gaining speed. As soon as you have reached a relatively safe speed, signal your intention to move to the fast lane with a left turn signal. Move to the fast lane as soon as you are fast enough to hold up traffic moving in the same direction. Ito naman, kapag mag-U-turn ka in a 4-lane highway. Yung una is 2-lane. Next, pedestrians' rights and duties. Pedestrians have the right to occupy or pass on spaces or portions of traffic way allocated for them, like crossing on pedestrian lanes and passing on sidewalks or catwalks. In addition, pedestrians As part of a traffic system, their fundamental duty is to observe and obey all traffic rules and regulations. Motorists should also know the rights of the pedestrian so that they will not be using the portions of traffic way allocated for the pedestrians for parking purposes. Pedestrian, ayan po yung mga tao na tumatawid. Okay? Kailangan yung mga pedestrian na alam nila yung mga rights and duties din nila. Next, general parking rules and similar regulations. Motor vehicles should park only on areas specifically designated for parking. May makikita naman kayong sign na pwedeng mag-park doon at hindi pwedeng mag-park doon. All accidents are not caused while vehicles are being driven. A parked vehicle may create an accident, kill someone, or destroy property. Before leaving your vehicle, set the brakes, put the gear in low or reverse or park position, and remove the key. This will prevent your car from rolling down an incline and will also prevent cars from pushing your car. So, yan yung mga general parking rules and similar regulations naman. Next, parking on cities. In cities and towns, unless otherwise directed by a city or municipal ordinance, motor vehicles will be parked parallel and within 12 inches of the curb. So, kapag magpa-park ka, dapat kapag mag-park ka parallel and within 12 inches of the curb. For additional precaution while parking, observe the following. First, downhill with or without curve turn wheels to right. Uphill curve with curve turn wheels from the curb. Uphill without curve turn wheels to curb. Parking on a highway. On rural roads, pull entirely off pavement to park whenever practicable. Turn on your parking lights. Parking prohibited in specified places. No driver shall park a vehicle or permit it to stand, whether attended or unattended, upon a highway in any of the following places. Within an intersection, hindi pwede dyan. On crosswalk, within 6 meters of intersection of curved lines, within 4 meters of driveway entrance to any fire station, within 4 meters of fire hydrant, in front of a private driveway, on the roadway side of any vehicle, or park at the curve or edge of the highway, at any place where official signs have been erected prohibiting parking. So, hindi ka dapat dyan mag-park ng motor vehicle mo. So, that was the end of module 4 discussion. Thank you and God bless.